No collection could be really complete without mentioning the Steve Reeves International Society. They produce some of the best books and collectibles of all time. As you see, I'm scanning apart excellent books and calendars. At the top you will see a booklet. I have it made up, and it is all the newsletters that Steve Reeves International Society published. George has done a fantastic job on this. There's a couple of his calendars. I have one which is much better, but I have unfortunately misplaced it for now. Here's another set of books and more. You'll notice there's two books power walking. One is the original and one is a reissue by George. This movie at the end, Steve Reeves, The Man and the Legend, is excellent. I have it on DVD and on VHS. As usual, or I should say with most of my movies, I have both DVD and VHS of them. As I scan over, you will see some of my collectibles from other countries. These are primarily from Italy. Over further is from the Steve Reeves fan club in Italy, which unfortunately no longer exists. They had some excellent stuff, and as with Steve Reeves International Society, I collected t-shirts from them as well as other things. And in the center you'll see a small picture of Steve Reeves just below a book. That is my membership card from then. That book, Steve Reeves, there will be a video down further I will show you where Giuseppe Alito visited Steve and presented him with that book. Oh, also down below, the movie Long Ride from Hell has that visit on an extra on the DVD. And it's quite interesting, actually. It shows Steve Ranch and his swimming pool, his horses, and a good interview with him. Over further, I'm scanning, and you're going to get a lot of things crossed. I just don't have enough room. Above are most of the American magazines published with pictures of him on, but I also have some other ones that I just can't locate at the present. There's a few more down there to the left. The one on the far left by Dan Lurie, he was planning on making that into a magazine like normal magazines, but it didn't happen. These are all foreign magazines. And I do have several more of these. Once back again, there's a few more publications with they're made in America. Over here, you'll see the thing that most collectors would like to have. Two original books by Milton Moore. I just say that's the ultimate challenge to get your hands on one of those. Sometimes they sell for over $400 on eBay. Above is some of his pamphlets he did advertise in the books, and over to the right are sheets, catalog sheets of photos. For years he sent me these, and I would order photos from him, occasionally rare photos. I had over 200 sheets that I had photocopied, but I sent them to a friend in Italy as a thank you for a favor he'd done for me. This booklet at the top I made, it's called Steve Reeves File, and it pretty well chronicles his whole training routine. I've cut issues of different magazines, scanned them, and they've come out quite nice actually, and they made a nice booklet. A couple of the DVDs you'll see at the top, they're ones I've made up with pictures of Steve. I don't have nearly enough room to put all the ones I put together, because I have a shoebox full, plus so many more you wouldn't believe. You'll see a thing on the side. It's a picture of Steve flexing. That's a movie I made, and it's his training, and I've used different articles and added music as I found. I think it came out fairly well. Once again, there's Steve Reeve's The Man, the Legend, a DVD. This next movie is very rare, but it's a bunch of trailers from movies, and a lot of it features Steve, which was really quite good. Body Legends has several clips of Steve in contests, as does a DVD next to it. Down below is a NABBA anniversary dinner that Steve attended along with Reg Park. Over further is Morgan the Pirate, one of his movies. And I have all his movies, and I have every interview I could lay my hand on DVD, etc. Over here, as I mentioned before, I'm a fan of the Hercules, but I'm also a fan of the Goliath movies. And here are some of my collectibles from the Goliath movies. This one in the center is actually a storybook with pictures of Steve all the way through with dialogue added. So it's basically the movie in booklet form. The book beside it, Goliath, it features all kinds of photographs that I've taken out and scanned. Some are original, some are ones I've photocopied. Up top are a few of the books that use Steve on the cover, and down below you'll see a dish and a cup that has pictures of Steve on that I did just collect for the fun of it. Over further, these are hard to come by. These are photo albums of Steve created by other people that I've collected. And once more, you'll see some other things. There's a biography on Steve by Chris LeClaire. There's a poster book which has full-length posters in there. And these are other books that they've used pictures of Steve on the front, because you put him on the front, you're going to sell. I will wander back and see over further. I believe I have shown you all the stuff that I have from Steve Reeves fan club in Italy, but if I scan up further, you're going to see a collection of books. These are photos, both the cheap photocopies that you can get off of eBay, but also many photos that I've gotten from Milton Moore. With Milton, his are all taken from negatives. He spends a lot of time developing them, processing them, removing any problems. Also in these books, there are comic books from his, Steve Reeves movies. Every article that I could find written on him, either an article on his training, an article about him, or an article from newspapers. And as I say, I pretty well think I'm going in a circle again. We'll go down and show some of these if you didn't capture too well. This book here, Muscle and Fitness, it's from Czechoslovakia. A friend of mine that I send pictures to, and he makes videos of some of the best video tributes on YouTube to Steve. He sent me this book free of charge as a thank you, and I was quite happy to receive that. I don't understand why more American magazines didn't have different pictures of Steve than the normal ones from people like I think Greenwood, Eric's, and the name Lanza. Now Lanza always showed Steve in the more classical type pictures. Greenwood showed him a little heavier, and as usual with bodybuilding, a lot of it is illusion. It's how you're photographed, what angle, the lighting, how close, etc., etc. Now, as I say, I hope this turns out good. I did this for a friend on Facebook. He's only 17 years old, and he's going to compete in his next contest next year. And as I say, it's just so good to see somebody that age inspired by Steve. And this wouldn't have happened if it wasn't people like George Helmer, Giuseppe Alito, and people that carried on his legacy. And to a point, I think I have helped a little bit. As for George Helmer, panning over to some of his stuff again, I can't say enough good stuff about him. He was good friends with Steve, and he was lucky in that fact, but Steve was also lucky that George has carried on his legacy. Well, I hope this video turns out all right. It's a little bit shaky because I didn't know what I was going to say or anything, but I hope any fans out there enjoy it.